It helps your brain, your lungs, your eyesight. So many things cannabis helps with. Our bodies are meant to ingest. Our bodies are meant to receive the molecules that cannabis provides to it through our endocannabinoid system. That is science fact and cannot be argued otherwise. So it's there. Last I checked, all those other things you listed are poison,
Well, that's what I
and
was just
they're
gonna say
legal.
is that like you could argue that alcohol is not regulated enough, right? When it comes
Sure.
to if we're talking about safety and kids and misuse of things, because that's sort of where all of this leads to.
Yep.
Even the coolest people that I've talked to, who just not weed smokers, sort of you can tell that they're still a little bit brainwashed with the thing of like, well, I'd hope my surgeon's not smoking weed. And I'm like, I don't care if my surgeon's smoking weed. I prefer that he didn't do it right before he walked into the fucking
Yeah,
operating
as long as you're
room.
not
But,
stoned while he's
yeah,
cutting on me, sure.
yeah,
But wait, who knows? Because it could be a cognitive enhancer for him.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
there are some that do that for people.
But I
Like,
don't hear a lot of people really all that concerned about like giving
I hope he's
people
not drunk.
a breathalyzer before they go in.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's right.
it's like this argument doesn't ever, it always falls flat in my mind because I think most people would say, oh, well, you don't need to do that. You can kind of tell when people are drunk. And I'm like, well, you can kind of tell when people are high too. You know, like
Yeah.
you can tell if
Yeah.
somebody's sleepy or stressed or, tripping over their own
Yeah.
feet.
Exactly.
And so this notion of like how scary it might be if you can just go buy weed at a farmer's market. And I'm like, I mean, we're not, you can, the barrier to selling your own like a micro brew is pretty fucking low.
Compared
Maybe
to this, yeah.
maybe you can't sell beer at a farmer's market. I get that. Um, but there's a lot of ways that we let people do stuff. I mean, we have city sanctioned block parties at the Civic Plaza in Albuquerque that have beer
Hmm.
vendors, and they somehow manage to make sure that only people that are 21 are drinking, and like it's real fucking simple, real easy.
Yep.
And to just make it more widespread and easier to get without worrying about all these loopholes, like just I don't I think the fear is unfounded. Like what's going to happen if we just completely take out of scheduling together? Nothing. uh
Everybody's gonna fall asleep and be happier in the long run.
well, and I don't, I can't imagine that use is actually going to go up that much. We've seen a sort of microcosm of that in New Mexico. The Everyone's saying, "Oh, look at the sales went up," and I'm like, "Yeah, but the medical sales also went down almost the exact by the same
And a
amount."
lot of that's being driven by things happening in Texas. I mean, they banned hemp products there
Yeah,
again, so it, it's an inflow of people from Texas. Just
it's
look where the sales come from.
not like there's a bunch of people that just started smoking weed because it became legal, like
Yeah, no, we're always going to be a heavy weed smoking state. That's just
yeah,
New Mexico loves flower. We love our cannabis in general, so we're always going to be blazing here. There's no question about that.
it's almost less offensive to light up a pre-roll than it is to light up a tobacco cigarette.
These days, yeah, I'd much rather be around a joint than a
Yeah.
cigarette. I mean, come on.
Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, there's just I don't know, and this is gonna always be this way. I mean, I don't, it's just the I was talking to somebody else and they were talking about how strong cannabis is these days and blah blah blah. And like, sure, it's stronger than it was in the 70s. And if you haven't smoked since the 70s, it's gonna be a thing. But I mean, so have beers. I can't go to a brewery without that has anything less than 6% alcohol in it. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well,
like
you can manage that a couple of different ways too. You can moderate your intake. You don't have to smoke a whole joint in one sitting. Another thing that a lot of people are doing now is seeking out the lower testing strains out there because there are some places that will sell lower testers. I love that because I've honestly have had better highs off of 10, 12, 14 percenters than a lot of these ones where people are like, oh yeah, I got the 31, 32%. A lot of times those highs feel really empty and more like I'm buzzing than anything because there's only so much room in the plant for certain molecules. And if you're pushing THC higher, all your terpenes and other cannabinoids are going to suffer from that and everything else, all the other compounds.
and the
So
the chances of anybody watching me say these words right now that they're maybe not already in the community and fellow smokers or users, but I mean my message to anybody that says it's too strong is like start literally calling your dispensaries and saying do you carry, like, let them know that that's what you want. I mean right now
Hmm.
no one's buying that shit for a variety of reasons. Not that they don't want it. I'm just saying it's like a cyclical thing where people
Yeah.
know their dispensary doesn't have anything less than 20%, so they're not even going to try. Meanwhile, the dispensary is like, well, nobody's asked us for it. Nobody's
Yep.
banging down our door for Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but if that's what people want, they will start carrying it. If people
Ask
want,
for it.
yeah, yeah, um,
That's as simple as that. And it's really not hard for people like Veronica who wholesale to find something like that. There's plenty of farms out there that still will have low testers. In this market, a low tester is considered 18 or 19%, which is wild. But it is. Still, most of them provide really good highs because you're actually getting the entourage effect from everything,
yep,
everything in the plant.
yeah. And I mean, we talked about this before. The whole not Whole Foods, the Total Wine and some other folks
Hmm.
have the market on the lower dosage drinks and that kind of thing. But I would say the same thing. If you want smaller pre-rolls, if you want a lower dose, you want something that tests closer to 16, start asking around for it, and
Yep.
but yeah, I think everyone also should consider uh even if you ask for it and they bring it, because I know there's a dispensary close to me that did have Charlotte's Web for a while, and I was going to buy it for a friend who was intimidated to go into the dispensary but really wanted the almost no THC, but
Hmm.
but wanted that entourage effect to happen. um I just don't think it was a big seller, so I think that particular dispensary just stopped carrying it because
Yeah.
it's essentially CBD at that point, right? Like I think Charlotte's
Yeah.
Web is essentially CBD flower.
But there's some education that needs to go on the consumer side of things too, and I think we can do some things with the labeling and not making the potency
Percentage, yeah,
as
yeah,
big a deal because right now that's what's front and center. I'd rather know what it smells like and what the terpenes are to really decide how my body's going to react to it. And really shopping with your nose is what matters anyway, because if
yeah.
your body, when you smell something, your body reacts to it in a positive way, it's like, oh yeah, I need that right now. Just like I'm craving a hamburger. It's a good
Yeah,
thing I
yeah,
can't smell one right now.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I mean, those are all, long-term things, but
Yep.
anyway, I think we probably talked everybody's ears off if they're still around or not. But yeah, we'll keep people up to
Good
date.
stuff.
Again, we'll be on
You got it.
KKOP tomorrow, Monday. I guess that's it. Yeah, unless you have anything else, Matt. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man. It was good show. We'll keep talking about this. Maybe next week we'll talk about something a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think it's going to be every week,
Maybe.
but
We'll see what
we'll
happens.
we'll have some updates as they come along.
Yes, sir. You got it.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Annie.
everybody.